It's been a while, but I'm back in business. Prime days, I got, a new chair, finally. New mic, hoping.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
With Hershend taking over the North American claims of Parques Reunidos, which were known as Palace. I think it's time to do another installment of Park and Transit. If you're watching History and Leisure, be sure to follow on Instagram, Threads, Bluesky, History_Leisure, as well as a Substack and my second channel, History and Leisure Echoes, where I post copyright-free footage and bonus material. So Hershend is actually unique of the North American theme park operators, is that they also own other stuff, like they have dinner shows, they even own a basketball team. They also own aquariums, and one of them still has to be their closest attraction to me. The Adventure Aquarium, which is right on the eastern banks of the Delaware River, right across from Penn's Landing of Philadelphia. But there is one bus that stops right there, as well as the River Line has a stop right outside. It's right next to the main stadium over there. They also give a half point for a seasonal ferry service that connects it right to Penn's Landing, so it's an easy walk to 2nd Street on the L. You could also walk all the way to World Trade Entertainment Center for Pack, as well as a lot more buses, even as far points south as Cape May. While I didn't give points for Walter Rand for Adventure Aquarium, I am giving points for Waterfront, though, for the Vancouver Aquarium. There is one bus route, and there is a one-seat ride that connects you to both Waterfront and the Central Station, which is served by the long-distance routes. I mean, well, the Cascade is only a corridor service, and there's only 2 trains a day down to Seattle. And then you have the twice-weekly Canadian from Central, but Waterfront is the commuter terminal and major junction for SkyTrain. You can easily bike there. I was seeing on matches, first time I've really seen that possible for anything on this series. Then we go to the south banks of the Ohio River, kind of a similar situation with Philly and Camden, is that we have Cincinnati on the north bank, and you have Newport, Kentucky, which has the aquarium of the region. While it's like 3 points for like a unidirectional thing, you can get to both directions very close by. Here for the 4 bus routes. And then you can also just walk over the river to the streetcar, which I think isn't that bad. Bad. Staying in Kentucky, we go to Kentucky Kingdom, which is the only lease in this chain, because property is owned by the State Fair Board. There are 3 buses that stop here. I think most of them actually go all the way down to the airport, so airport doesn't count as public transport, but it's nice to have. First strikeout on this list is Silver Dollar City over in Branson, Missouri. You do have the Branson Bell up other attractions they own over there as well as the famous Marvel Cave right on park property, but it's just a rare of Dollywood. Actually, there is a little network in Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, and there is a dedicated road just for that bus to Dollywood, so I should probably give it more than the 1 point I gave it, but it's also isolated, and I don't even think there's any intercity connections, but I could see, since America has a major hub at Charlotte, that they could coordinate with Greyhound or something to do like a service to Asheville that does continue into Pigeon Forge. Wildlife does strike out again, but the original route of the Floridian started Valdosta, where the park is, as well as Waycross, before meeting the existing Florida services in Jacksonville. Anyways, heading out west to LA area with Castle Park, served by 3 bus routes, as well as the Paris Valley and Inland Empire lines at La Sierra. But there's no real good connection to the station or these buses, unfortunately. And also because partly like on the far opposite side where these buses are and the train station, and you have a highway bisecting it. There's like kind of like a bridge. It would still be a bit of a hike to get to the true entrance, but there is like a staff entrance or something, and then you could probably go a bit further and around. Think it'll work. Coming back to my home state of Pennsylvania, Idlewild strikes out. I think it's about 30 minutes from Greensburg, Latrobe area on the Pennsylvanian. I think there might have been a bus allegedly or something, but I think it's gone now. I couldn't find it. Going to Pittsburgh and their classic Kennywood. 61C provides a direct connection to Union Station, but that takes over an hour. I think there's also another bus I saw. Going to the oldest park in the country is Lake Compounce in Connecticut. There is one bus that's on the far, far side of the parking lot. Not very close to the entrance, also you would have to walk all the way through the parking lot. At Adventureland, Iowa, kind of surprisingly, there are actually 2 bus routes where the park is, but the California's offer does not serve any of the major centers, unfortunately, so... with this list of the 2K parks, Dutch one would be the next closest, which would have been the closest Hershend attraction to me. Amtrak is not a one-seat ride here, but there are 2 bus routes that serve this place, as well as the Cartoon Network Hotel. But Storyland, New Hampshire does strike out, but at least near Mount Washington, you're going to drive there anyway. A lot of nice beauty, I guess. Running out the water parks, we have Splish Splash over on Long Island. Both routes swiftly get you to the Riverhead Long Island Railroad Station, but that nasty interchange right at the park entrance, though. Noah's Ark in Wisconsin, that's in the Dells. Give it 2.5 points, because now you have 2 Amtrak trains a day serving that, the Borealis and the Empire Builder. Give an extra point mostly, but you could also see that since the Empire Builder branches in Spokane, one branch to Seattle and the other to Portland. I'm glad that more than just the one train now. It deserved it. Final stop takes us to Wet and Wild Emerald Point in the Greensboro area. It's a 2-seat ride to the Amtrak station that Google does not recognize. Looks good for a good game of deviations, I guess. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this new merged company? Leave in the thoughts. Next time is going to be their needs. So until then, comment, subscribe, and strike the bell. I don't know if anyone is still here, but it doesn't look like there'll be a combined pass like you can do like Dutch Wonderland and Adventure Aquarium on the same ticket for the 2026 season. But maybe that'll change over winter. Might have to wait till 2027.